Hey boos, in this video, I give commentary based on my opinion. Nothing is to be taken as factual. We are just here to have conversation. We don't expose and we don't sip tea on this channel. I'm giving you real talk straight, no chaser. Let's see if you can handle it.
Cause I'm a boss. I haven't done anything for you to be proud of.
Of course you have. You are marrying a man who can support you.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Girl. So I ended my last live. I know y'all saw if you were in here in the last live, then you saw. So I ended the last live, and then somebody in the chat box was like, "Oh, she called in on PJ Everyday PJ or PJ Everyday. Hold on, what is it? What is it? Yeah, Everyday PJ." And girl, I'm about to show y'all what the sister had to say. I was like, I want to listen to it now. So I'm like, I didn't want to wait till tomorrow. So I'm like, we gonna watch it together. So let's go ahead and get into this. So she calls in. She calls into the show.
Press 1 to send a voicemail.
Hello?
Hey, this is Kayla.
Hey, Kayla. How you doing?
I'm doing fine.
So, you the real Kayla Williams?
Yeah, I can comment to you from my Instagram or whatever the case may be, but I'm not gonna sit here. I wanted to protect my niece. I'm not gonna sit here anymore and allow her to continue to attack and allow her not to share the screenshots and the messages of what's actually going on. Because what she's doing is manipulating the storyline to, garner a bunch of people to me and Lulu's pages, gather all of them to me and Lulu's pages and go off because she is upset that we're not corroborating with the lie that she keeps telling.
Do you wish to elaborate on that lie? Or you going?
No, I wish to elaborate on it. So, what Briana is going around telling people in her videos is, oh, Kayla and Lulu lived with me. They did this. That is absolutely, completely false. And then she's also going and telling people on the back end that Ronan broke into her house and then beat the living crap out of her, which is false because she texted me from his phone at 8 p.m. So I'm 8 a.m. her time, but my time 8 p.m. So that was the next day. They were sleeping in bed together. Her security is saying the exact same thing. He was waiting downstairs in the lobby for her, and she let him up. They were sleeping in bed together, and she was going through his phone, had enough time to screenshot things, had enough time to text message me, which if you have like a number I can send all this to right now, I'll just go ahead and release everything because I don't have the time to play anymore because it's my livelihood. What she did is went online and then posted not my real page, my business page.
Send it to my Instagram.
Yeah, what's your Instagram username?
Everyday PJ with 2 underscores at the end.
PJ underscore. I just texted you. It doesn't have I think I have to like be following you or something to send photos.
Yeah, I can, hold on. All right. Okay, I got
it. So, hold on. This is the first thing that I want to send you. These are messages between her and my sister Ashley, and Ashley is essentially arguing.
Do you want these public or you just want these for my eyes?
I don't care at this point. I don't care because I cannot allow. I want to protect my little sister. I want to protect myself. Briana has been doing this for about a few years now, but I really became cognizant of it whenever she so she was in another toxic relationship before this with Marlon's dad, and was online saying that the mom and the son were messing with each other and all of these terrible things. This is all online. People know this. And I reached out to her about 2 years ago, and I said, Briana, this is wrong. The same situation. Just take it off of line. And she went and posted my private journals that I had when I was a kid and told everybody I was assaulted. She went and texted my exes. She went and texted my current partner then. She went and down my page calling me a fat ass bitch. And I haven't talked to her for almost a year since that situation. I just got back in contact with her maybe 4 months ago.
Hmm. All right. So.
And then it leads to the situation now, which let me go ahead and send you those messages. She's saying I'm mad because she didn't pay for me to go on a trip. She's saying that's completely false. She got mad because I said, listen, is the night before she had texted me and another.
And listen, listen, listen. I don't feel like that she's doing this because of the man. I feel like she's doing this because her sister has a habit of doing this, which was something that I spoke about earlier. I didn't believe that the reason why they had a falling out was because she didn't pay. I'm sorry. I did not believe that because when I went to their Instagrams, I'm like, it looked like they travel all the time. With her, with like she had her and her younger sister seemed to be very close. Her and Lulu seem to be very close, and they travel all the time. And if she couldn't afford to go during this time, it could have been because she moved across country to live in Germany with her boyfriend, and so she couldn't make the extra trip because she made the big move. So I don't know if that is how she decided to spend it, but it actually didn't make sense. So I was like, well, she just moved to Germany. I could see how maybe she couldn't make this trip because she just moved across the country. Then her sister Lulu seems to have her own little thing going on. She was on the reality show on Netflix called Sneaky Link. I don't know. I tried to get into that show. I didn't really get into it. So I will have to go back and review that show to even see. But I mean, be open to what this girl is saying. I'm not saying just take what she say just blindly. I'm just saying just be open to it because I'm not gonna lie, some of the stuff it wasn't added up. It wasn't making any sense. Just based off of social media and what each person is saying, like some of the stuff didn't make sense. And then another thing that I want to point out, because this is the biggest thing too, that was really throwing me off was the pattern that I was picking up was the leasing office was responding and reacting the same way her mother was and her two sisters. And they don't know each other. So I felt like that was like the biggest red flag. I'm like, why it seemed like everyone that's like actually connected to her or connected to the situation, why are they all reacting the same, but like she's reacting different? And that's what I did not understand. So I chose to focus on the isolated incident, which was, well, what happened to her eye? Because at the end of the day, all this other stuff can happen in the background, all this other stuff can happen on the side. But what happened to her eye? How did she get the concussion? She ended up in the ambulance. Like, I need someone to explain that to me because to me, that's what really matters. So we'll just see. I'm gonna be open to what she's saying. I'm not saying blindly believe every little thing she's saying, but I'm gonna be open to it. I don't think it's just the man. I think it's because her sister and her. I feel like there's been some things between them that have led up to this point where she's just wanting to react and she's just wanting to lash out, and it's seeming like she's fed up with her, and it seems like they're both fed up with each other. So we're just gonna have to see what the situation is. And determine what we think it may be.
Female whose name I will not disclose in a group chat about the trip. She said, "Oh, you need to change your airports, and there's a 2 hour transfer." And I said, "Listen, I was already in Malta on a couple trip. I said, listen, this is undoable. I've already paid for my stay in Mykonos, so then I'll just come to Mykonos and then still send my mom the money that's owed for that stay, even though I can't come since I agreed to these commitments." Correct?
Mm-hmm.
So then I'm gonna send you this. This is the messages because she posted messages of me and her on her page, and then at the end she's like, you see her saying, "Oh, LMAO, okay, stupid, whatever." After that, I was like, I'm not going, and I immediately blocked her because you're not about to continue calling me out of my name. Then there was already a group chat made with me and Joshua. She texted us in a group chat, and then I'd already had her blocked, so I didn't get to see the rest. And then right after she sent the first one in the black, I had unblocked her so you can see on my phone in the white the rest of what she said.
Okay, so
So
this says my
after
videos aren't disparaging any of these broke bees. Original comments were made the day of the incident. She said so. This was after the videos came out.
Yes, these are after the videos came out, and if you look through the text messages with My sister Ashley, she essentially is debunking everything that has stated, that he broke in and then just started fighting her. And she's trying to say essentially, I gave him the fuel to do this. No, what I've told people on my TikTok is I should have. So after Briana, this was while Briana was already on the trip, the second screenshot I sent you with, you guys are both irresponsible assholes. You need to keep Kayla with you because she is no longer wanted in Mykonos. So as far as me just leaving all this financial responsibility on her, that is completely false. Then she goes and she's saying, I need to save up to get new edges. I'm going on sugar daddy dates. I'm a harlot and I don't have enough funds to travel, and that's such a bad look. So
Are you the one that's
after
in
this,
the Atlanta the Atlanta Girls Day Out? Because I went through like a TikTok.
I post like TikToks and stuff, but Atlanta Girls Day Out, if it's a part of an organization as a whole, then no.
Oh no, it was just like I don't know. I was going through. Let me see here. Kayla Collective.
Yes, that is my business page.
Oh, okay.
That is a
Oh,
page that she released instead of my regular Instagram, which either way, it's a terrible situation. And I've been holding on to everything that I have for days because I know she has mental problems. When all of this situation broke out last time, she threatened to take the life of her and the kids. I don't feel comfortable in didn't releasing everything, but she will not stop. So therefore, now I have to say something. This morning, it's 5 a.m. where I'm at. This morning, my friend texted me and said his mom was watching your live. So that's why I'm on here, because I can't. Today, these were going to be released anyway, so I can't care. I can't care about
hmm. So about her mental health, do you think any of this, even to go back and forth, you think it's helpful, or do you think
You
like
said, do I think it's helpful?
I mean, is there something that you expect to get out of it, like not out of that
I don't
for?
expect to get anything out of the back and forth, but what I am saying is that Briana sent people to attack us online, and it's not about, that's why my original post, I didn't say anything specific. I said something that I thought people would hear and be just give the family peace. So I don't think anything in trying to expose people, whatever, is helpful in any light to anybody. But she is persistent on continuing to post, and now she's not even focusing on what she was originally posting about. She's just posting about our family.
Wait, so did her boyfriend do this to her?
Yes, but she
Well, let me
and
let me
there's
ask you this: Why
yes.
why would you comment on his post after he did this to her?
Right.
I mean, I know there's some family issues,
Right. Right.
but
Yes.
because you see how he spent it to make it
Yeah.
seem as if y'all taking up for him.
Taking his side, which is completely false. I was getting, at that time, I was getting hundreds of comments, so I was responding to everybody. I wasn't thinking like, oh, this is on his page. No, I'm responding to everybody who's commenting back to me because I didn't even know she had posted it. It had came as a rush.
Hmm.
So I wasn't thinking, oh, no, this, and this. I do not agree with him putting his hands on her, but I will say, and I told Briana while I was staying at her house when all that poker night went on, I said, if you keep putting your hands on him, somebody's going to snap. Every single day I was there in front of those kids, she beat his ass. Every single day. And I said, he's going to snap. He's younger than us, one. Two, he has a temper. And after she would beat him up and stuff, he would want to leave. And she would be like, oh, well, I have so much stuff I need help with. I need help with this. I need help with picking up the kids. I need help with getting my oil changed, all this stuff. So why, if you are saying he is this abuser, and like, I'm not saying he's now not classified as one after this situation, but what I'm saying is, if you're saying this, you're saying this, you're saying this, why are you having him pick up your kids from school? I just came back into her life a few months ago, so I don't know what's been going on the whole duration of their relationship.
Hmm. That and I get what you're saying, because what from based on her story, she feels as if you're siding with him. He posted your comments as if you're siding with him, but then y'all also are saying that she's crazy. But this is after the fact of she's talking to y'all on her video or talking about y'all on her videos. So it's kind of confusing that everybody's turning on everybody when in all actuality it's a little bit of manipulation in between the two of them. Well, more or less him, but you were defending yourself, is what you saying.
Yes,
Y'all
I'm
was
not,
defending
I keep
yourself.
saying we're not trying to defend him at all. all I said was social media is a scary place, one where any narrative can be manipulated. I don't care for nothing. But for Briana to send people over to my page and but what she's saying.
What I'm gathering for what she is saying and her side of the story is like two things can be true. That she was putting his hands on her and that he snapped. He has a temper problem. And so he took it to the extreme of blacking her eye, giving her a concussion, and busting her lip. Two things can be true. Three things can be true. Okay, she could be calling in to defend herself, but also acknowledging the fact that her sister was hitting him at times as well. Two things, three things, four things, five things, six things, seven things can be true because life is complicated like that. The complexities of these situations are real. So I believe that what she's saying is true, but it does not negate what he did though. Like that is what we're focused on. It's like, okay, you can say all of this shit, but like, girl, he blacked your sister's eye. Like he gave your sister a concussion. I don't get how. That's what I'm not understanding. And I think like whatever issue she has with her sister, she's talking about how she just got back in communication with her sister. They weren't speaking before. They just started forming the relationship again. It seems like you're still holding on to that, and you're not taking in what she's saying about what happened to her. Like it makes no sense. I don't get that.
And what I mean by this is she is saying that essentially I gave him the fuel to do this. So let's go back to what I said when I said she had messaged my boyfriend exactly what I sent, et cetera, et cetera. What I was telling people who were commenting to me, meeting somebody with spitefulness is never okay. I was already in communication with him because she put us in communication. She's like, oh, he makes content. She even wanted him to work under me in my business. So he's calling, asking for advice, asking this. I should never have met her with the same spitefulness she met me because that is not right. But I did. I did. But she's not posting what I said about her. She's only trying to post certain things that don't even make it doesn't it's not you're posting that I'm saying like he's upset because she's dancing on people in Germany or not Germany, sorry, I'm in okay, no. Not Germany in Mykonos or wherever they're at. But that has literally why aren't you posting all of the screenshots? I want to send you. This is based off of one of her videos. I want to send you the full thing, but it would make me crop the video in order to send it to you on Instagram.
You can email it to me. I ain't gonna post it now. I'm gonna look at it.
No, no, no. I don't agree with that. She inserted herself. She did. Now, I will say that Briana inserted her as well. Briana inserted her first because she alluded to the fact that Kayla was the one that gave out details about when she was coming back from her trip. Okay. So my thing is, okay, you have every right because your sister inserted you in that way. You have every right to defend yourself, but it's not coming across like you're defending yourself. It's coming across like you're defending him in spite of your sister. You should just be focused on yourself. And that's what everyone is having an issue with. We see that Briana inserted you. She is alluding to the fact that you were communicating with Rowan while she was away on this trip, which was how he was able to get to her apartment at the exact moment she arrived back from her trip. So you could have just cleared that up, right? But instead, you're going beyond that and you're defending him in a way. But then you're saying he beat her. Okay, well, like, what is there to defend? The only thing there should be to defend is did you communicate with him about her whereabouts? Yes or no? And if you didn't do that, then just say that and move on. But she doing all this extra stuff, and it's just like it's just not a good look at all.
At it later. If I decide to go back
Yeah, that's
over it,
fine.
I will. But yeah, it's. I mean, I get it. Um, but this is why, yeah, like you said,
And then she just openly admitted that he is a temper. So what are we defending? Like, I don't understand. Like, what are we defending if you're saying he has a temper?
social media is a good and bad thing. But I love to do the stories. We messy over here, but we listen and we don't judge. But at the same time, we do understand that like when people put their lives out here, they don't realize the other lives um, that may catch heat for the stuff that they post.
Yeah,
And
my mom said that she wants to call in and say talk to you as well.
okay, all right, well, shoot,
The
she sure
mama?
can.
I should
Um,
I don't know. I don't want it to hang up if I add her.
If you can add her from your phone, it'll be easy.
Let me see 1 second. This is him on the phone right now. Hey, this is him on the phone right now. Hello? Hey,
Hello.
can you hear me?
Yes, I can
Yes.
hear you.
Hello?
Hello, can you hear
Hello?
me?
Hello? Yes. Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Hey, how are you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
I know there's a lot of confusion, and I wanted to kind of jump in because I feel like, there's a lot of things that she wants to say, and I know she's trying to hold back a lot. We are all trying to hold back a lot because, as you know, we love Briana. We love our family. Originally, I guess people are upset with me because I'm just saying, hey, take the post down. I'm from the old school where, obviously, there was no internet when I was growing up. We didn't have these issues where we put our lives online, where we put our business out in the streets for other people. I don't mind my kids having a story and saying, hey, this is what happened to me. You guys know me for 18, 16 years. I've been on Facebook. My daughter Lulu, she got bullied in school. We formed an anti-bullying group. My son got shot. It went viral. Lulu went viral. My mother got killed by her partner, her domestic partner. I have been involved in domestic abuse. So don't come and act like we don't know what it's all about. I know what real domestic abuse is, but I also have seen women. I've also seen the stigma of our community where we don't discuss when women are abusive as well. We sweep that under, like, okay, I can beat him up, I can fight him, scratch him, bite him, kick him in the balls, punch him in the face, but as soon as he hits me, he's an abuser. And yes, he is absolutely wrong. I've cussed that man out. I blocked him. I put my sons on him. My sons cussed him out.
What did I tell y'all? What did I tell y'all about the mama? I said I think the mama is old school. It's not that she is not here for her child. I think it's more so about how she's going about the situation. Okay, not the actual incident, but how she's going about it. And then number two, I said she must know things about her daughter that we don't. She must know that her daughter is not innocent completely. So she just wants it to be taken down because more stuff is gonna come out about her. I think that's why she was just like, just take it down, handle this differently. I think that's what it was about. So I don't know, but we'll see, we'll see, we'll see, we'll see, we'll see, we'll see, because we haven't finished what else she had to say. But I thought that's the undertone that I got from the mom and her text messages.
Everybody's looking for him. That is a separate issue. We are pissed at this man because no matter what, he still shouldn't have put his hands on her. And I said that. I cursed him out. She didn't show those texts because she has those texts. I cursed him out. I told him, find something safe to do. This is what you don't do. I have 6 kids, okay? We come from the old school where we say, listen, this is all within our family. We're going to settle it. Even if we get mad at each other, we don't put it out there. What we do is we handle it together, and we're against the world. We're against them out there. And that's how our family operates. And it's okay. They want to judge. I understand how the internet is. Most of these people judging are under 25. They have never lived. It's cool. But as a mother, and everybody who knows me on social media knows, I have raised everybody's kids. I have 6 kids. I raised my teenagers. I raised their friends. I raised their friends. All the parents, if my kids got a whooping, their kids got a whooping. But everybody stayed at my house and everybody grew up under our watch. We had the biggest houses, we had the biggest cars. My kids were raised in the private schools. We had the large.
What did I tell you? What did I tell you? I said they come from a good back. She comes from a good background. So I don't get the TED Talk conversation. I was like, I don't know if that's true or not because I went digging. I did. I went digging and I was on, I don't know if it was Kayla's, Briana's, or Lulu's story. And one of the girls had labeled it family. So I clicked on it. I was like, it seemed like she come from a decent family financially. Financially, okay? It seemed like they got some issues, right? But I'm like, it seemed like she comes from a good family. So I didn't understand why she was trying to make it seem like her sister Kayla and Lulu were like these girls. Kayla graduated from college. Were like these girls that were just bums and they were just jealous of her and they have nothing to show for anything, no accomplishments, no nothing. It made no sense. So I was like, I don't believe that that's true, just based off of what I saw on one of the girls. I think it may have been Kayla or Lulu's Instagram. And if you look in the story highlights, you could go back when they were like still in high school, and you could just see. And so I was like, it seemed like she come from a decent family on the outside looking in. So I was like, so I don't know. That TED talk, Briana, that I don't know about that. I don't know. It's not a good look because I was like, really? I didn't see that. I didn't. But I'm not trying to write somebody else's story. So this is what her mother is saying.
6,000 square foot house, Escalade. We had it all, okay? And they had a mother and a father raised under the same roof. Now, that being said, these people know I fight for my kids. I go to schools. I got kicked out of schools for going cussing principals out, for people doing stuff to my kids. I don't play those games. I'm the mother who's not playing. I'm the mother who's out there, and everybody knows it. I'm on Front Street backing my kids. So let me ask you this. Why on earth would I did protest for my mother and what she went through with an abuser. I did protest for my daughter being bullied and put bullying organizations together. I went all out for my son who got shot. I've done all these things. Why on earth would my daughter get abused and then I turn my back on her? Does that even make sense? Obviously, there's something deeper going on here for us to take the stance that we've taken, for us to say, you know what, Briana, please just take that down. And it's not just because of this incident. It's because of a decade of incidents. You know how many dudes I've went up who've touched Briana or who've said anything to Briana? You know how many dudes I've cussed out? You know how many men I've told Briana to stay away from and said, please, drop. Kids can see this. No kid needs to see fighting. They don't need to see violence. They don't need to be involved in that. And I love and want to protect my grandchildren most of all. So this isn't about putting it out in public. Oh, your mom shouldn't say don't put it out in public. Yes, I should. As a parent, and I hope you guys have parents that say, listen, this is not appropriate to post out there. Let's handle it within our group because we are handling it and we're making sure this dude, he is definitely in hiding and he as well he should be. But that being said, I have talked to Briana since then. I talked to Briana before our European trip when she said he beat her up before the trip. And I've talked to her since the trip, both times. How are you doing? It's a constant over and over and over again cycle. And I understand the cycle of abuse. I have a master's degree. My bachelor's in psychology. I understand the cycle of abuse. But I also understand that there's a time when I'm in Europe and I'm trying to have a vacation and I'm telling her, get off the phone with him. Get off the phone. You said he beat you up, right? On the way here. Okay, let's get off the phone. Let's block him. Let's not talk to him. Let's stop saying I love you. Let's stop saying I miss you. Let's stop doing all this. And let's ban this dude. And I said it a million times, ban him. And when he called me, I cursed him out. Don't.
So remember when I said in my last video, I said, you know, there could be more to this story because maybe Briana, if she has a history and a pattern of dealing with toxic men in relationships, then she may have burned bridges with her family to where they're taking this stance. Maybe they're just fed up with always coming in and trying to clean up these situations that she has with these relationships with men. I literally said that. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But the mom is bringing more into context because again, if you watch the TED Talk conversation that she is admitting on camera that she has a history of getting into these relationships with men. And if her family is always there supporting her kids, I mean, she could have burned some bridges along the way. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Call me. Don't question me. I don't have no allegiance to you. And the words I want to say, I'm not going to say.
Mm-hmm.
But that's my child. I will ride or die for my kids. And these people are lucky that I'm not saying to them what I want to say. I've said a few things that got me blocked on TikTok Messenger. I can't even do messages because you guys don't know the story.
And then like remember when I said too, I'm gonna bring that video back up really quick. I said that I think she lied about how he got into her apartment because where's that video? Oh wait. That's on his TikTok. Let me pull that back up so y'all can see that.
But you want to judge from your living room. You want to be keyboard crusaders. You want to be tough behind the keyboard. But I grew up the daughter of a pimp and a drug dealer. I grew up watching abuse every day. And so what I did was say, I want to do different for my family. I want to raise them differently. Okay? So we had a family environment, a father, a mother. We did this because we didn't see this growing up. My daughter was raised in great environment. My daughter graduated from Harvard Law School as a black woman on top of her class. But at the same time, my daughter has had issues, and we love her, and we're trying to work her through these issues. There have been psychiatric visits. There's been medication. There's been this. There's been that. And yes, we love her through it all, and we support her through that. I don't want that stuff out in the street. But at this point, I'm being dragged because I told you, my daughter, please take that down. I didn't drag her. I didn't say, you're this, you're that, you deserve it. I went off on this dude. We cursed him out. My sons are on a rampage. She has brothers. Are they going to put their stuff out there? No, they're not. They're going to handle it privately. We're going to handle it privately. We don't ask for this. What we asked for was privacy while we deal with not only her issues, because this is a decade worth of stuff we've been dealing with. And it's not just the men, it's the children that we want to protect. You guys realize there's kids involved in this? Why would we want to step in the streets so the kids can eventually see this? They've seen enough. They've seen enough. Little kids don't need to see fighting, biting, scratching, cursing, throwing things through people's windows, putting knives in people's doors. Little kids don't need to see this stuff. Little kids need to be protected.
Yeah,
So
because they'll think it's okay when they grow up.
I don't want them to think this is good. We keep showing people that violence is how we handle stuff. I'm not saying if you guys are ladies and you're suffering from domestic violence, my mother died that way. I understand. I'm fighting right now in court to put this murderer in prison. Do you guys understand the pain our family is already going through? We're already going through pain. All I said was just don't put this publicly because I want to protect my grandkids. I don't want them involved in no bull crap. You guys going to go after their mom. You're on Lipstick Alley and all these places talking about Briana. You're dogging her out. I've gone on there and cursing people out. I protect my kids. I'm a lioness. And you guys coming for me is the wrong thing to do because you don't know me and you don't know our story. You don't know what we've gone through.
This is a lot. I told you. I tried to tell y'all. I literally said, I think there's more to this than what her side of the story, which was why I was warning you. I was like, I think we should wait to hear everyone's side of the story because we may get a little something different. But again,
I planned.
I think she lied about how she got into this man's apartment. I mean, how this man got into her apartment. Because remember, he fought his way, got past security, fought his way past security and all of that. But then here's a video of him sleeping in her bed. So, it's I don't know. Let me go back. And a lot of women caught it in the original commentary video that I did, the breakdown, where they were like, her story doesn't make sense about how he was able to get into her apartment. But let's continue.
You know, my daughters are tired. They sat there at Briana's house for weeks watching every day, all day, fighting and biting and hitting and kicking. And from what they say, it wasn't him doing it. And I just don't want that stuff being done with these kids around. I want to protect that. I want to show that we are on her team. We love her. I told Briana after, how are you doing? How are you doing? You are purposely allowing me.
He's alleging that that video was post vacation with her mom, and her mom is corroborating that story as well, and the sister. Okay. So I don't know. Now they're not defending him. They're putting things into context because it's making them look bad. So because they feel the need to defend themselves, it's coming across like they're defending him. No, they're not defending him. They're defending themselves because she's mixing in things and she's lying about things. Okay, and it's making them look bad. And so they're commenting like, no, that didn't happen, da 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 da. So even though it wasn't as extreme as she alluded to in her story time, it still doesn't take away from this incident, this isolated incident with her eye and concussion did happen. However, her mother and her sister is like, it didn't happen exactly that way. That's what I'm getting from what the mom and the sister are saying. Okay. So it's not that they're defending him at all. They're just saying, okay, yeah, he did do this. Yes, he has a temper problem and all of this stuff. I did witness at times where she was hitting him, she was biting him and everything like that. The story didn't happen exactly like this, that she did let him into her apartment. He was in the bed sleeping. So it's just like they're corroborating the feelings, in my opinion, that didn't make sense with her original story. So I don't think they're defending him at all. I don't know where people are getting that from. I guess people, in order for, you have to be extreme. Like, you have to come on social media and just bash the man and just call him out his name, cuss his ass out, and that's it, and not address the other things that she said that may be not true. Okay? So two things can be true. He really did hit that girl. He really did hit her. He really did take it too far. But there were other things that are not true that led up to that isolated incident. And they're just trying to clear that up. And I feel like that's fair, because if people are online attacking them and doing all of this extra stuff, I feel like they have a right to come in and defend themselves. But Kayla, she seems very young. Her mom seems to be better at clearing things up, because Kayla's just coming across like she's defending Rowan. But the mom is coming in like, hey, this is just how I want to handle things. I don't want my grandkids to be exposed to this. I don't want my grandkids to be exposed to this type of stuff online. So I completely understand where the mother is coming from. But the sister Kayla, she's younger. I just don't think she understands how she's coming across when she's trying to explain her side of the story.
To be talked about as if I'm not on your team. And all this time I said, get rid of this dude. I have been talking about getting rid of this dude forever, and the dude before him, and the dude before him.
The reason why I said it's isolated is because we all came into this, the internet, into this situation with her eye looking like that. That's why. Okay. So just because she's not an innocent, perfect victim, it does not mean he had any right to put hands on her and batter her like that. Okay. All right. Like, my mom, I'm gonna tell you how she raised me and my brothers. I'm the only girl. She told me that a man is not supposed to put his hands on me, and I'm not supposed to provoke a man. That's what she told me. All right. That is what she said. And that's how she raised all of her kids. She never raised me to think that it was okay to provoke a man to put his hands on me. So I don't do that. But also, I don't have the expectation that it's okay for a man to put his hands on me. So I'm accountable for me and my behavior to not provoke a man, but also the standard is that a man is not supposed to put his hands on me. So even if she was provoking him, which is wrong, we can acknowledge that. He still should not have put his hands on her. Period. He should have had enough self-control and enough discipline as a man who should know that he is physically stronger, that he should not put his hands on this woman, and that it would jeopardize his future, his freedom, and anything that he has planned, his reputation. He should have known that. So, but in one of his lives, he said that he doesn't have a father figure. So maybe that wasn't taught to him, but that's wrong. That is dead wrong. So that's how my mom raised me. She raised boys, she raised a girl, and she was very balanced and fair in that. I'm not supposed to provoke a man, and a man is not supposed to put his hands on me, and vice versa. Period. And if you can't be in a relationship where you're not putting your hands on each other, then you don't need to be in that relationship. You need to separate, and y'all both need to go y'all separate ways. Because it's very clear that y'all just are not it. Y'all don't know how to be in this relationship without putting hands on each other. So that's how I was raised, and I stand by that.
Him. They're all trash and garbage from what I've seen. Now Marlon, he's a good dad, but they're all garbage. And Briana, come on, man. You know how some people just have a picker. They have a picker. It's not going to be the best people they pick. But when they disrespect your family constantly, they talk crazy to you in front of your family. They talk crazy to your mom, your dad, your sisters and brothers. At some point, you don't even say nothing. So we say something, and then guess what happens? When we say something, get out of our lives. Y'all are against us. So I've learned as a mother, I used to go off on these niggas. You're this, you're that. Get out of my daughter's life. I'm fighting, I'm punching people. You guys don't even know who I am. But then guess what happens? Every single time I have 4 daughters, guess what happens? Mom, get out of our lives. You don't let us live our lives. And then I don't talk to my daughters for 6 months, or they don't talk to me rather. So now I've decided, you know what? I'm going to let them live their life and do what they want to do, because when I try to get involved, they get upset, they turn on me. So, okay, now do what you do, but I'm going to give you advice as a mother. I'm going to tell you, this dude is going to get my piece of my mind. I'm gonna tell my sons they're gonna give him a piece of their money. But at the end of the day, if you keep bringing him back around, and we're telling you stop bringing him around, and then oh, well, I ain't coming if he can't come. Okay, well, what are we supposed to do?
I tried to tell y'all. So what I'm getting the full picture is the mom has learned because of past choices that her daughter has made to just stay out of it because then she's going to be scapegoated and then she's not going to be able to talk to her daughter, have access to her daughter at all. And it seems like that has already happened. So this just seems like this is a repeated cycle. This is a repeated pattern. This Briana finds herself in these relationships with these men, then she falls out with her whole family because they're always getting involved, wanting to help or protect her, probably mainly because of the kids that are involved in the situation. And so it's just a mess. It seems like this has been an ongoing thing for quite some time. It seems like from relationship to relationship, this seems to be the theme. And I said that in my last live. I was like, we don't know what bridges Briana has burned in the past. We have no idea what she has done in past situations, like going back to the guy, uh, defending the guy, or bringing her kids around the guy, and then like her mother has to sit back and not say anything and watch. So we don't know. This is toxic. This is a lot on so many sides, on so many ends when it comes to the situation. This is a lot.
We supposed to fight him and then lose you too, and then lose the grandkids and not see them.
Mm-hmm.
So I sit back and I say, you know what? Okay, girls, I got 4 daughters. Okay, pick your men if that's what you do. But you know what we go through. You know what my mother went through. You know what I went through. You saw it. So if you want to pick dudes like that, you know the results. I'm gonna be there for you to dry your tears. But at the end of the day, don't make it seem like I wasn't there for you. Because I love my kids. I'm a black mother. I love them. I love all their friends. And I raised them and all their friends. I was a speaker in the schools. I raised everybody's kids. But
I
I'm not
think
going
there
to lie
might
to
be
you, and I'm not going to enable you. I'm not going to lie to you, and I'm not going to enable you.
I think there might be a more deep rooted issues as far as in the family dynamic. Not to say that anybody has specifically done one thing, but over a
Right,
lifetime of y'all,
right,
siblings have this
right.
rivalry. It's just and then the coming online. So even with
It's
the
social
commenting,
media, man.
yeah, I think the commenting on the boyfriend's page really ticked her off because
And
he
I think that's
used that.
true. We told Kayla that was incorrect, and Kayla even admitted it. She said, you know what, I shouldn't even deal with him because Brianna kind of pushed the relationship of them being friends. At first, they was like, we don't want to deal with him, and it was like, yeah, but I want you to work with him. I want you to do this. There were so many times where they would go to and post these wonderful, beautiful, lovey-dovey videos, and then I'll be like, how is the things going? Oh, I hate him. What?
Yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just looking at y'all kissing all over the internet.
Yeah, she mentioned that, and Kayla kind of explained how that went. Because again, one person says one thing, and the other
Yeah.
person says the other. So somewhere in between there's the truth. But I do believe there's a there may, when I seen your post, I started to read, and I was
I mean, I can understand this opinion. If the abuse is constant, the family probably won't be able to isolate this specific incident. I'm choosing to do that because I'm not her family. You get what I'm saying? But I get where you're coming from. But it's like I entered the situation when I saw her eye, and I immediately wanted to know what the hell happened. And that's where I decided to stand because I felt like that was the fair thing to do, but I still was open-minded about the nuances, like how her mother may have felt, her sisters may have felt, how she may feels. Like I'm able to hold space for that, right? To have that conversation and to be open to their different point of views. But I chose because I felt like it was fair on my platform to just focus on the isolated incident when it pertains to her eye. So, of course, they may not do that, which is why I brought her past into the equation because I was like, well, maybe this is why her family is reacting and responding the way that they are, right? Because they are considering other incidences that she's been involved in from her past. We're new to her. We don't know much about her. And so we're only focused on the isolated incident that we know about that just happened. So that's what I chose to do. That's what I decided to do. But it's very clear that the mother and her sisters have a different point of view because of their own experiences. And I feel like they have that right because you don't know what her sister Briana has put either of them through. We really don't know. And they're not telling us everything. So we don't know.
At first, I was like, oh my God, what kind of mom would do this? But then I started to read your post and I was like, I don't know. For your mama to say something like this about you,
Just think
there
about it. I
gotta
have
be
four
something.
daughters. My mother died. My mother died. I've been through things. I'm not even going to talk about what I've been through, but my kids know. But I will say this: what I haven't done is ever not had my kids back. So if that's the case, if this is true, and this dude beat her up just out of the blue, broke into her house out of nowhere, beat her up, what the hell would he still be living right now? Am I crazy? My sons are already on this. We already got this. We already got this. This dude, no matter what, he's in trouble. Okay, that's
Mm-hmm.
that. We already got that's established. I don't talk about that publicly, but now y'all want me to say it. Yeah, he needs to watch out. It's cool. But what I'm saying for my daughter is, if you're upset with him, and we're upset with him, don't allow people to drag your little sisters and your mother, knowing that we've had your back. They are young girls. They're in their early 20s. They're gonna make mistakes. But Ronan is also a young dude. He's their age. He's a child and immature too. And I told him that. You're a child and immature. Don't come at me. Don't question me. I'm out there dancing with my daughter. You're questioning me. Don't get in my inbox. Get out of. Don't. I said find something safe to do, because I'm not that mother. But then again, if I'm cussing you out and she tells me not to, or she's allowing it, then I have to back up. Okay, you know what? You do what y'all do.
So, okay, so there's times where what it's sounding like for the mom, there are times where she's defending her daughter against him, and then Briana is siding with Rowan. So then the mom is like, okay, all right, so okay, I'm trying to defend you against him, but now you're mad at me. So what what am I left to do?
You know, do what y'all do. The whole time we in Europe, y'all want to talk, y'all want to FaceTime, y'all want to, I miss you, I love you, y'all want to do that? Okay. But
Eh,
I know,
That was
I don't,
after he whooped her in. Well, I say whooped her. They had an altercation before the Europe trip, and then she was
yes,
on the phone with him
yes,
throughout the whole trip.
yes.
Did she experience violence in the home as a child?
I'm not going to talk on that because I have a wonderful relationship with my ex partner. I have a wonderful relationship. We have a great family together, even though we're no longer together. We have a wonderful best friend type relationship. Everything in the past is the past.
Mm-hmm.
But I will tell you that they have experienced things that maybe they've carried on to certain generations. But we have worked on that. We've gone to counseling. Me and my ex-husband, we went to counseling for 2 years before we divorced. And any of the kids I felt was affected, guess what? I got a counselor for them too. My daughter is with her boyfriend. I went and got them a counselor. I believe in therapy. Even when Briana, she went and got help. I believe in medication. Yes, 100%. I understand that some of the things that she's going through is because of the mental situation, and that's why I support it. I support her. I'm not blaming. Oh, you deserve to be beat up because you're mental. That has nothing to do with it. We're supporting and saying, hey, we want you to get the help you need. We love you, and maybe getting the help you need will stop you from these patterns and things that are going on. Because it's not just the boyfriends. It's when you get upset with somebody, including your exes, everybody, and you lash out and seek revenge. That's the painful part that we experience.
Mm-hmm. If I could be
That's not. It's
transparent
behind
with
the
you for
scenes.
a
It's
second
behind the scenes.
about
Did y'all hear what that lady just said? Let me go back.
Getting the help you need will stop you from these patterns and things that are going on. Because it's not just the boyfriends. It's when you get upset with somebody, including your exes, everybody, and you lash out and seek revenge. That's the painful part that we experience.
mm-hmm. If I could be
That's not. It's
transparent
behind
with
the
you
scenes.
for a
It's
second
behind the scenes.
about like, cause I have my I have a teenage daughter.
She lashes out and she seeks revenge. And that's the hard part, or that's the part that they've had to experience and deal with. And I feel like it's the hard part for her family because of her grandkids. Okay. This woman has two kids. She has two kids. And I don't believe that she has custody of her oldest daughter. Okay. I don't believe she has custody. I've seen things in comment sections and that alluded to colorism playing a role in it. I don't know how true that is. I've seen that in the comment section, so I don't know how she was treating her daughter. But I don't believe she has custody. And the reason I'm saying that is because, well, when I went on her Instagram, she just stopped posting her daughter after a while, and she only posts her son. So I don't know how true that is. I thought about going out there to the courthouse to look to see, but I was like, you know what? It's not even my place to even do that. So I was like, you know what? I'm not even gonna do that. I'm just gonna go along with what these people are wanting to put out here and are willing to put out here, because there are two kids involved in the situation. So I'm gonna just leave it at that. I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm not gonna dig any deeper. If the internet wants to do that, then the internet wants to do that. But I did. I almost did. I'm not gonna lie. So let me continue though. So she has a pattern of seeking revenge, and it has put her kids in jeopardy.
full time. And me as a father, single father, just learning a teenage girl, and we go through some things. So we've recently went through some things, and I'm gonna tell you what, I am not a nice person, but I'm a follower of God and Christ, and I listen to the gospel every day. And today's lesson was to give positive affirmations to people around you, your kids, show them love. And
Right.
so this morning, you know, before I left to go to work, I told her how much she meant to me, what the good things. I'm gonna start doing that more, to say the positive things and stop, not dwell on some
Okay.
negative things. So
And I
maybe.
definitely agree with that. That's where I'm at. We're God fearing people. I raised my kids in the church. I wasn't raised in the church. We love each other. We love each other's families. We have our family squabbles. Everybody does. We get back
Mhm.
together and we love each other. Briana and I have got into it. Briana and Kayla Lulu have got into it many a times. And what we do, we hash it out and we work it out. And that's how it is. We literally with this situation. I'm going to talk about this situation.
And that's what I'm trying to point out. Okay. The reason why I am isolating the incident that happened with her eye and the concussion is because I feel like that's fair. Because again, it is deeper than what we see. Everyone is wanting to make it seem like the mother is wrong, her sister is wrong. I feel like at times they are. Like I feel like how Kayla responded to Rowan in the comments, she shouldn't have done that. She shouldn't have done that. But her mom talked to her about that. Her mother talked to Kayla about how she should have never commented under Rowan's uh, comment section. But she's young, okay? That's another thing. This girl is like, what, 22, 23 years old? They're around the same age. They're both young doing stupid stuff on social media, not understanding that this has a lasting impression because the internet doesn't delete stuff. Okay, so I knew that the mother most likely was having conversations with each daughter about how they were most likely handling the situation, because neither daughter, in my opinion, was trying to de escalate. They were fueling it more, which was how she was able to keep making videos. It's just like, you got to know when to just step off. You got to know when to just say, you know what, I apologize. I should have never made that comment. And I wasn't making the comment to defend him. I was making the comment to clear up my name about how I wasn't giving out details about your arrival back home. And then she should have just left it at that. But it just came across like she was defending him publicly. And she was wrong for that. So I feel like each person can learn and grow from this experience, but try to make it seem like this mom is just a bad mom because she didn't handle this perfectly, or Kayla is just this horrible sister because she didn't handle it correctly. I just feel like that's unfair to say. I do. I do. It doesn't seem like they're for him at all. It doesn't seem like they were ever really for him, but they put on a supportive front because their daughter and her sister decided to date this man. And I'm pretty sure, like, in order for them to get access to her and her kids, they have to be supportive, or she'll probably just ice them out completely. So, and then the mom was confused on how to handle the situation because she said there were times where she would defend her daughter against him, and then Briana would get mad at her mom. So, I mean, it just puts a mother in a very tricky place, in a very tricky position. It's like, okay, well, how could I really be there for my daughter if she's getting mad at me when I'm defending her against him? So, I mean, it's a lot. This is a very complex situation. I don't feel like it's black and white. I don't feel like it's simple at all. I feel like it's very complicated, and it's more deep than what we can see, the internet can see, because it's real life.
Particular because I've been talking way too long. But what I want to say about this particular situation is we did not want this man in our life. We
Mhm.
said it a million times over the entire relationship. It was, pretty much forced. upon us, this relationship, and we're continuously saying no, 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 no. Everybody's saying it, but what my primary focus is just not seeing the kids involved in any of that. And I would prefer that this does remain private just because of the children. I would prefer that the children not be involved in this because even though we're talking about it and we can go online and say all these things, there's kids that are involved, and that's what I ask for the privacy for, not to say, oh, I don't want her to show anything bad in her life. Everybody's seen all the good and the bad and the ugly in my life because I've been open to the public. When my mother died, when my son got shot, when Lulu was born, all these things, I put that out there because I'm going to be who I am. I'm real. And I was like, hey, I'm going to be who I am. Everybody knows me, who knows and loves me. Know I am a lioness about my kids, and I fight for all of them. And so I just wanted to say that we didn't want this to happen. We're not happy with it.
So I feel like that part of her TED talk was true, that she did witness her because she talked about it in her TED talk. In my last live stream, she talked about how she witnessed abuse, but Brianna didn't really go into detail. But the part that Brianna lied about how they were homeless and how they lived a certain type of life. And I was just like, that's not what I saw. Now her mom is saying on this call that her kids went to private school. So I don't know. I don't know. It's a he say, she say. They have two different stories, and to be honest, I don't really know what's true because I don't know these people. I don't know them. So I guess it's he say, she say. But when I went on either Lulu's or Kayla's Instagram, I looked in their Instagram highlight reels, and one was labeled family, and I didn't get that this was a financially struggling family. It looked like this was like a financially uh well stabled family. So I didn't understand that. So I don't think that was true. Maybe she stretched the truth with that. I don't really know.
Kayla feels that the thing that she said with Ronan was inappropriate, but at the time she was upset because she had gone through some stuff with Briana right before that. So they were kind of going.
The mother never said that they were homeless though. The mother never said that they were homeless. The mother made it seem like they had a really good life. Okay, very stable life. The mother never alluded to like any point in time that they were homeless. So again, it's what Briana is saying versus what her mother is saying. And I'm telling you, based off of what I saw on either Kayla's or Lulu's Instagram story highlight, what Briana is saying based off of what I saw, I'm like, it doesn't make any sense. It seems like her family is doing really well financially. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if that's always been the case. It seems like she got remarried. I don't know. But her mom is making it seem like they never really struggled financially. But Briana is saying like they did. So who knows? Who knows?
Back and forth with each other at the time. It just so happens when she's having a fight with her sister that somebody posted it now and it went viral. But imagine if everybody posted a fight you have with your sister in this match. But this wasn't a new altercation with this guy, so it wasn't something that we were shocked about. It was something that had been continuously happening, and we were shocked that she continued to be in a situation. That was the only part we're unhappy about.
Yeah, y'all got to talk to her to tap out of social media when it comes to y'all family business because it's that's why I don't put none of my business on here. But
Right.
I get it. I get why people do it. Like if you having a story time about something traumatic in your life, you got to make sure that it's not gonna affect anyone
Yeah.
going forward. Like if anybody is healed from the situation and
Yeah.
things of that nature.
And then another thing too, like all of her girls are well traveled. Like all of them. All of them are well traveled. Her younger sister, Briana herself, and then Lulu, they're all well traveled. So I'm just like, uh, how, like, okay, poor and then being well traveled. I'm like, oh, okay. I mean, and then even before, like if you go back on Briana's Instagram, Briana's been traveling way before recently. Briana was traveling even when she had her daughter, when her daughter was just a baby. So if you go back on her Instagram, you will see that as well. But so I don't know what to believe when it comes to her changing schools. Um, what did she say? She said she went to 7 schools in 4 years, and then she went to St. John's at 16. So I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But to be homeless and to be traveling overseas consistently, I guess I don't know. Y'all would have to make sense of that.
and this would it be ongoing, and then the extra. I hate to keep dwelling on Kayla's comments, but it was used against. It was used
Right,
as a manipulative tactic for in
right,
his defense, and she was only trying to say, "Look,
absolutely.
we ain't got nothing to do with this," but because
Yes.
their names was brought up in the story, that's what brought more into it, and and it's just like it's like a snowball effect. It started off as one thing and ended up this whole big ordeal.
Well, it started off as a family argument between two sisters, and then it kind of expounded on that because he got into it with trying to manipulate the situation and say, well, your family says this, and on and on. But you already know how it is if you having a fight with your sister, and just imagine it go viral. Like, what? So, yeah, she knows now, hey, maybe I shouldn't have said this. But however, this guy was continuously.
I'm not trying to put the kids in here, but I'm saying like if you go to Kayla's, um, and I think this is her mom right here. People wanted to know what does her mom look like. Hold on. Right here. This is their home. So I don't know, but I'm sorry, y'all. It doesn't give struggle. I mean, let me get a Jeep at 16. I don't know. Y'all let me know. But that was her mom. If you go to if you want to go look, go to Kayla's Instagram. You can tap on her highlight reels and it's labeled fam. That's what's labeled.
This guy was continuously, her and this guy were continuously doing stuff. So after a while, you're just like, okay, what about today? What's gonna happen Tuesday? What's gonna happen Wednesday? So we finally just, how many times can we go off? So at this point, we're just like, hey, we need you to get the help you need. We love her. I hate seeing this as a mother, hate it. But at the same time, I have four daughters total, and I love each and every one of my daughters, and I don't want to see any of my daughters attacked for a squabble, a sibling squabble that is going to blow over, and it's going to blow over, and everybody's going to be cool again. But then you guys inserted yourself in something that's a family thing, and it made it all about domestic violence. This is not a representative of domestic violence situation, because this is not an isolated event.
Well, her last video, she uh, alluded to wanting to, you know, maybe possibly not want to be here no more.
And
Um,
that's what we said. We were like, we need to just get her the help she needs, because the more this goes on and on and on, and people get involved in anger and this and that, then that's going to drive people to upset and desperation. That's why we want her to. We're trying to reach out to her, obviously, and tell her, hey, please just take this down. We don't need the whole public dragging this on.
And listen, I don't know if you heard me say this, but I said that when Brianna was young, it could have been a different story with her ex. I said that already. So her mother's husband, which I would assume would be Brianna's dad. I don't think Kayla and Brianna have the same dad. She remarried. So I've already said that. I don't know. We don't know these people. Again, we don't know them. We don't know. We're getting three different sides of a story. So it could have been that some of that was true, and then her mother remarried, and she married someone that was maybe doing better financially, or she started doing better financially in this new relationship. Who knows? That is a possibility. But let me go back.
Now, hey, maybe I shouldn't have said this, but however, her and this guy were continuously doing stuff. So after a while, you're just like, okay, what about today? What's going to happen Tuesday? What's going to happen Wednesday? So we finally just, how many times can we go off? So at this point, we're just like, hey, we need you to get the help you need. We love her. I hate seeing this as a mother, hate it. But at the same time, I have four daughters total, and I love each and every one of my daughters, and I don't want to see any of my daughters attacked for a squabble, a sibling squabble that is going to blow over, and it's going to blow over, and everybody's going to be cool again. But then you guys inserted yourself in something that's a family thing, and it made it all about domestic violence. This is not a representative of domestic violence situation, because this is not an isolated event.
well, her last video, she uh, alluded to wanting to, you know, maybe possibly not want to be here no more.
And
Um,
that's what we said. We were like, we need to just get her the help she needs, because the more this goes on and on and on, and people get involved and anger and this and that, then that's going to drive people to upset and desperation.
I feel like it is fair to not trust everything that the mother is saying because she keeps talking about all the work that she has done in her community on her Facebook. But I gotta be real with all of y'all when I say this, because this is real talk with Yana. All of these women on social media present themselves to be a certain type of way. So I feel like you should take everything that they're saying with a grain of salt. Because how we were introduced to Briana, she created this picture perfect relationship on social media and then came out and said that she was being abused and that she doesn't really like this guy. Then her mother would be like, okay, we're seeing all these cute videos of you and Rowan. And then her mother is like, oh, yeah, I hate him. I don't like him. But she's seeing these like cute videos, these lovey dovey type of videos. So to be honest, I would take everything that all of these women are saying with a grain of salt because they are big on how they look and their appearance on social media. So I think that's fair to say. But again, the isolated incident, how did her eye get like that? That's really all the internet cares about. All this other stuff with family drama and all this stuff. It's just like y'all need to work that out off social media.
That's why we want her to. We're trying to reach out to her, obviously, and tell her, hey, please just take this down. We don't need the whole public dragging this on and continuing and making it worse. This is making it worse.
yeah, y'all should also y'all should reach out to her.
We have, yeah.
Best way y'all could, cause I mean that last
Yep.
video was kind of alarming.
Yeah, we've reached out to her. She's talked to my sons, my ex-husband, who's her dad, my sister. The only person she's not talked to is my sisters. And the only reason that I haven't said anything because things are being said to me disrespectfully. I'm a mother. I'm not going to take no disrespect. That's just.
Mm,
I mean, I'm a black mother. I don't care. I'm not going to be disrespected while you know what I've been trying to say for these last few months. So,
mm-hmm.
you know.
I mean, I get you, and I honestly I believe a lot of what you're saying. So I'm not doubting you or anything. And it sounds like to me you've raised some wonderful children.
Yeah.
Going to Harvard and all that.
Yeah.
My mama raised
I
me, and
just
I
want to
went to
say
jail.
this:
So
we love our kids. We do not support domestic violence. We have had that in our generation, and so we're trying to break that cycle. We're doing counseling. We're doing therapy. Briana is doing counseling and therapy. We're trying to work through these issues, but let's stop bringing the people who are doing the violence repeatedly back in our lives. And it wasn't just that this guy just broke in at the last minute to this hotel. you know, Afterwards she got back home. They spent time together. Okay,
mm-hmm.
it happened before she left. It happened after. You know what I'm saying? So we spent time together and calls together and romantic stuff together. So it wasn't just a one, and I'm just saying, and I'm not trying to make anybody look bad, but it wasn't just and I don't care to defend this man. I'm just saying
Mm-hmm.
the way it's looking like he just broke in and started beating it. It didn't happen like that.
Yeah, but those text messages look crazy,
They do.
stalkerish, and he probably is a little
He
unhinged
is,
at the
and
end of the day.
yeah, it's text messages and calls on both sides, and we agree that that couple does not need to be together, and that they both need help, and we said that on our text. They both need help. He definitely ain't gonna be around us ever again.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, at this point now, if she wants to stay with him or be with him, he can't come around us. So I don't know how that's gonna work because he's in danger.
Mm-hmm.
He's in danger.
Yeah,
So
he gonna have
that's
to
it.
run that fade with the
Right.
brothers.
He's in danger. You in danger, girl. Like she said on Ghost, you in danger. But I just want to say that we love them. We don't support that in any way. You have two sisters, they had their little fight, but then everybody wants to get involved in it. That's fine. Say your piece. But at the same time, realize there are kids involved that we don't want involved, and we want these little kids to grow up in a safe and happy environment.
Yeah. Well, to conclude, I would just say don't even respond no more because
Yeah, if we being real, it seems like there's something off with the whole family. Like, people are like something off with the mom. There's something off with the whole family, y'all. For real, this is crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy. The whole thing, like, seems something's off with the whole family. I'm not gonna lie, cause like that is crazy to exaggerate a story about how he broke into her apartment and the whole time she let him in. So, and then I went on the Instagram and she tagged the apartment building complex, making it seem like they let him up without her permission. So I don't know how that's going to turn out. I don't know how that's going to turn out. She also said she was suing them. So I don't know. I don't know. And again, the text message thread from the leasing office, the group text where they said Carlos, I still remember the name. He was like, this happens every week. So there's a pattern with her. She lets these men come back. She lets them come back. She lets them come back in. So I don't know how this is going to turn out. I don't know how this is going to turn out, but the mom is saying the same thing. It's like, okay, we defend you, we get you away from him, and then you let him back in, or you let the abuser back in. So it's just, I don't know. She has to break the cycle. It's going to be hard for her to do that. But her family needs to just be supportive. Like this fueling publicly is not helping at all. At all.
It's just it ain't even gonna bring y'all closer. It ain't gonna bring
Yeah.
nobody's. It's just gonna cause more confusion. We already
Mhm.
know like how the internet works. People have picked the
Yeah.
sides. Even in my chat, like people pick the side, and it's not even like
Absolutely.
regardless of who's right.
And again, let me show you the video that the mother is talking about. Everyone is saying that he didn't fight his way in. She let him in. Okay? This was allegedly the day that the incident happened. Okay? So Rowan is saying he was let in. Kayla is saying that he was let in. Her mom is saying he was let in. Why would they say that? They don't like him. So I don't know. Then the leasing department, Carlos, was saying this happens every week. So I don't know. We weren't there. So we don't know what actually happened. Hopefully a police report was taken.
Right or who's wrong. The situation is it's gonna be messy. It's gonna continue to keep messy. And if you want
Yeah.
to, just like at least spare your family. Just don't even play into the nonsense and
Yeah, we've
try to
already
get their
told
head
them
done.
we're done. We're not going to respond. That's it. If they want to continue, I mean, they're kids to me. All these people responding. I'm looking at their page. You're under 25. You got 7 followers. I don't need to going in on somebody on a situation you don't understand. But
Mm-hmm.
we love her. We're here for her. We definitely advocate for counseling and all the things, and we just want the real, like, if it's going to be told, just let it be told correctly. That's it. Just let everything that happened be told, right and wrong, good and bad.
Well,
You know.
the first story to hit the internet is the one that's more true according to the internet. You know, because
Yeah, but
I've
we
done.
don't like to put our stuff out there, so it's going to hit whatever they say is going to hit first.
Listen. If you've never been attacked online by a mass group of people, then maybe you don't understand what she's talking about. But she's been getting a lot of hate, death threats, and all type of stuff. Y'all know how people get on the internet. They're crazy. They're crazy. So I think that's what she's referring to. I think that's why she keeps mentioning them, because her sisters had to turn off their comments on their Instagram and their TikTok. So that's what her mom is referring to. And if her mom is on Facebook, then she's getting the comments as well. So that's what she's referring to. It's the hate that they're getting from this incident. And then they're alleging that she didn't tell the truth regarding what happened. They're not denying that she was hit in the face. What they're saying is it didn't exactly happen the way that she described. Okay? And so that is what they're wanting her to clear up. But it seems like she's refusing to do that.
Because I'm not going to go. I'm not going to put my family stuff out there like that. So
Because I did a
it's not going
story
to go.
a couple weeks ago, and the real situation isn't even how it was put out, but like because it was the first story out there, it just
Oh yeah.
Exactly. Exactly.
That's exactly
That's
right.
what
So it was the first story, so that's what's going to be the real story. But I'm going to tell you guys, y'all know me, everybody who's known me for online for years. I put my own junk out there. I tell on myself whether I'm right or wrong. I put the good, the bad, and the ugly, and I've always been truthful and honest. So if you guys don't like it, I respect that. But what I am going to say is I'm still going to be me, and I'm still going to love my kids and raise my kids the way that I see fit. And I'm trying to break cycles. I'm sending them to counseling. I'm going to do all these things. But at the end of the day, I'm still not going to be disrespected either. You know,
mm-hmm,
I don't
I get
deserve
it.
that.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for calling in. Um, I would love to keep chatting, but I got to be at work in like 4 hours.
Oh,
Listen, if you can't sit through and be open-minded when a person is giving their side of the situation that you did not witness, why watch? Why watch? If you already have your mind made up about what happened and you're just a firm believer on what happened, why listen? Why watch? Why watch? The whole reason I'm covering the story is to cover what everyone is saying. You can take away what you think happened and take that away from the situation. But if you feel like her story is true and you feel like it's the absolute truth and there's no doubt in it, then don't listen to what her mother has to say. Don't listen to what her sister has to say. But I'm listening to what they're saying and I'm trying to make sense of what happened. That's it. Like don't watch. I don't understand. Like why do that?
Well, yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Kayla, for calling in. Hey, listen,
Yeah,
I'm
and
gonna
then
pray
I
for
just
y'all
want to say
family.
those comments. I just want to say those comments that Kayla and them did with that guy. It was from before everything happened. Those comments that he put out, those posts were from before everything happened, when they were still together. So it wasn't a
Her family confirmed that he beat her up. Her family never said in this live stream that he didn't beat her up. If anything, the family confirmed that he has a temper. So he has a temper. He didn't confirm that. Her family did. And they knew about this temper. But the family is being honest about everything that they witnessed when it comes to their relationship. So I don't know. She's the one that put it out there. Now they feel the need to put everything out here to clear up things that they're saying she did not tell the full truth about. So I don't know. It's again, it's he say, she say. It's three sides when it comes to their opinions regarding what happened. But again, my thing is this. What I don't agree with was how her sister commented under his post. And I say this all the time when it comes to my brothers. I don't get in the middle of their relationships. I don't. I don't. And as a sibling, don't get in the middle of your other siblings' relationships. Toxic, healthy, just don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Because as soon as you do, you're now putting your relationship with your sibling on the line because of this relationship that they have with this third party. Just don't get in the middle of it. If they come with you with things, just be just neutral. Just be neutral. Be supportive, but be neutral. But I'm telling you, I don't get in the middle of my brother's stuff. I hate that Kayla even involved herself in this at all. She should have let this shit just ride out. Like, honestly. And I hope her mother had that conversation with her in private about how she should have never inserted herself at all. At all. Especially when it turned violent, especially when it turned abusive to the point where her sister was in the emergency room. And she should have just disconnected immediately, regardless of what was going on before and how they were supposed to connect and help each other with content creating and all this blah blah blah. All of that shit should have just immediately came to a stop as soon as she found out what happened to her sister's face. So I don't know why Kayla got in the middle of any of this. And so she needs to be accountable for that. She does. She needs to own up to that and just move on. And if she would have just owned up to that and just apologized to her sister, maybe this wouldn't have blown up as big as it did. So I feel like she needs to be accountable for that though.
after he beat her up that Kayla and him had those conversations. It was before. I want to be clear on that. These were old conversations that he brought out. Okay.
Oh, yeah. So more manipulation on his behalf to piss
Yes.
her off, and yeah.
Old conversations. And I
Old
said I was not right being spiteful because she had just texted my boyfriend calling me a fat A-word bitch. But I was angry and I have been angry that she keeps doing this in each relationship I am and reaching out to people I'm involved with and trying to essentially ruin my relationships and my career.
Mm-hmm.
So we definitely don't want that. I want the kids to get along. You know, you got a bunch of kids, you're going to have problems. But we want them to get along, but I also want it to be fast.
But mama, like your daughters are at odds. One daughter is accusing her sister of ruining her reputation in her relationships. That's why I'm like, this is way bigger than us in the internet.
Fact versus fiction. Those are
Yeah.
old texts. There was a beginning before the trip fight, after the trip fight, hanging out in the between, all the stuff. So It wasn't just as it was put out there, but it is wrong that he hit her. It is wrong when she hits him. It's wrong all the way around because the kids are they're learning from all of us. So they're learning how to handle conflict, and we all got to be better. Everybody got to be better.
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm gonna pray for y'all and
Thank you.
hope that y'all get the healing that y'all deserve. It's
Thank
gonna blow
you.
over. We go
We
through
Yeah.
these
appreciate it.
things, so
Well, we appreciate you giving a platform because we're only going to say this once. We're never even going to talk about it again. That's it.
hey,
So it's
that's how
that
you do
whatever story or narrative continues, that'll be on whoever else's side. We're not here to cause hate or hurt people. What we're here to do is just bring awareness to what happened and the truth, and not be sitting there being dragged by people who don't understand the actual story. It is going to come. It is going to blow over, and our family's going to be right back at events and right back at holidays, cussing each other out, yelling, having a fun time, singing karaoke, doing all the stuff we've always done.
That ain't healthy. Am I the only one that's like, that ain't healthy? So, because I'm be honest with you, Kayla does, she seems very vindictive towards her sister. That just because they back cool again or they're hanging around each other, it doesn't mean like their issues have been resolved at all. So, okay, and what? They're hanging out, they're back at family functions. I think they really need to really heal. They need to heal their sister relationship because this is messy.
Done. So everybody who's getting involved, you're going to go on to the next thing. You're going to live life, but we still got kids we got to raise, grandkids.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, love your family, and
Thank you.
give her a call, just shoot her a text message, tell her you love her. You don't have to
Yes.
wait a response, just because just be the bigger person. And I appreciate
Oh,
y'all.
I did. Yeah, I checked on her. I asked her, how she's doing. We told her we love her. I told her she's amazing that day. The day she posted about me, I told her, you're an amazing woman. You're strong. We are not victims. We are a strong line of strong women.
But now I'm seeing where Briana is coming from, where she says she doesn't ever feel heard or supported. Because if you're sweeping things under the rug, then you're not really supporting her. You're not really hearing her. You're not. You're not. You're not. You're not. You're not. You're not. You're forcing her to suppress to be in a relationship with you, her sisters, and the rest of the family. I don't like that. That's not actually dealing with the underlying issue. That's just like, oh, let's brush over that. I hate that. I don't like it when people do that.
I said, you're the most beautiful, resilient woman I know. And I'm going to say that publicly, and I'm going to tell her that privately. And I have, and I am.
Hmm.
But I think those praises are empty when she does not feel really heard or supported. So I don't know what y'all think about this whole situation.
Yeah, mama, you gotta be fine because you got some beautiful daughters. I ain't gonna lie.
Y'all, I ain't
All right, I'm leaving that. I'm out. Um, yeah, I feel like this is a messy family feud, and I feel like the internet just needs to focus on the incident and the isolated incident because that's how we all entered the situation, which is what happened to her eye. It's very clear after this live that he did hit her, he has a temper problem, and that they need to separate from this toxic relationship. So I hope that she doesn't go back to this man. I hope that her family eventually reaches a level or a common ground where they support her through this difficult time that she's going through in her life because she did. She shows signs that she may be the S word at this time. So they need to just wrap their arms around her and just be supportive and figure out the family feud, petty stuff later. Because when someone is struggling with the S word, they just need support. Okay. Real support, though, where you're listening and you're trying to listen to understand, to reach a common ground and just be supportive. Okay. So that's all I really wanted to say. Somebody was like, bye, PJ. Right. Like, we are not getting into that. That's all I wanted to say. I don't think suppressing your emotions just to be in communion or community with your family is healthy either. And it seems like that's the pattern as well with her family, where it seems like she has to suppress her feelings, maybe even past trauma and childhood issues that she has from her past just to be in relations with her family. I don't feel like that's fair as well. And that could be fueling why she keeps finding herself in these toxic relationships with these men. Is like she's not actually dealing with the issues internally. And then her family is not really helping her with that. They're just like forcing her to suppress and move forward and push forward. So that's not always healthy. So that's my thoughts. Those are my thoughts. This is my opinion. It's just my opinion. That's all that I have regarding this video. Please give the video a thumbs up, and I will catch you hopefully in my next video.